put on one of my Protoman shirts.
Oh, you put on a Protoman shirt? Awesome! I love it. And it's completely backwards on the capture. How is everyone
It
doing
is?
today?
Hold on. I can change that. It is
Okay, yes,
completely
this is
backwards on the
important.
capture.
Before we go
Hold
live, we
on.
need to make sure the Protoman shirt is in view. Also, how's our audio? Anybody in chat? Do you know how our audio is? And then I'll just give us an introduction. Guys, also say something. Did you just...
Yo!
Scuba's messing with me. Here too, okay,
How is that?
okay.
How is that? Is that working properly now?
Well, let's see the Protoman shirt. There we
There we
go.
go!
There we
All right.
go. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay. Thank you very, very much to everyone who is in chat right now. I have a very special episode. Today we have ScubaSaul, GabbyDigs, JimmiChanga, and the Kirblet here. I have been waiting to do this episode. Every time I guess I do an episode, I've been waiting for forever because I find you guys and I'm like, eventually, maybe I'll be able to hang out with them. It's gonna be a thing. So welcome to episode, gosh, I think it's episode 7 or 8 of the podcast. Is it 8? I don't know. We're gonna find out tonight on the podcast. Stick around. Tonight we're going to do a very special themed episode with some news, but mostly talking about Megaman and Final Fantasy because they're in the wheelhouse of some of our guests. Though there are a couple news updates, like I was discussing before the show, C-Bomb, which is not just a rapper, but also something that can happen to your devices. It is a way of not breaking your devices. Well, with the PlayStation 4, it makes it that you can't play any of the games. With the PlayStation 5, and I don't know about the PlayStation 3, with the PlayStation 5, you can play some of your games. But alas, we have some news like that to come. I want to start, though, let's make sure, give you guys your own proper intros. Starting with, I guess, the Kirblet, would you like to introduce yourself?
Why not? Hello, everybody. Good, good. In case you don't see it, good afternoon, evening, and good night. My name is the Kirblet. I am a variety streamer with a focus on retro games. You can, of course, catch me on Twitch at the Kirblet. Play about Tuesdays and Thursdays. I also do every once in a while a thing I call Team Up Tuesdays, where I team up with any random streamers who might want to play or members of the of the viewing audience. We'll play some games like Sea of Thieves, Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes, Among Us, any type of thing. So I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I mean, that's how I found you, right? I found you within, I think, The Machinist.
You actually did say hello on one of my Team Up Tuesdays, and we had a lot of fun. That was really cool.
It was really fun. I was like, "Hi guys, I'm new to streaming. I'm gonna be weird now." It was.
Oh, man, come on.
It was a lot of fun. And then Jimmy, would you like to give your intro?
Yeah, hey everybody, JimmiChanga 88. I am also a variety streamer, heavy on Nintendo games and retro, big Mega Man fan. Like to play games kind of like Kirblet, like where we do Jackbox sometimes. Mostly stream Wednesday nights, Friday nights, and do some co-streams with another person here, ScubaSaul, and we have a lot of fun. But thank you so much for having me again, Pocket. I really appreciate it.
Of course, and thank you for bringing ScubaSaul on this time. Scuba, I guess without further ado.
Yo, what's up? My name is ScubaSaul. I play video games on the internet 5 times a week in the mornings, 10:30 Eastern time. I'm an old guy. I grew up with the Nintendo, the NES, and kind of like I guess I went into some sort of a gaming bunker in the early 90s and kind of didn't play a single game until maybe 5 years ago. I started playing Mario Maker with the big Mario Maker craze. You guys remember that chestnut? Mario Maker for the Wii.
What you said reminds me of that Brendan Fraser movie where he's like stuck in like
Yeah,
a bunker
I'm
for many
basically
years.
I'm
I
the
forget what
Encino
the
Man
name of
of
it was.
retro.
No, it wasn't Encino Man. Although that is a good movie.
Ice Age? Is it Ice Age? Which I don't.
It's
I
Ice
never
Age
seen
2.
the movies either. Ice Age 2.
No. Is there any way?
Anyway,
Is there any way to wheeze the juice?
I have no pop culture references to latch on to because I've been in a bunker. All I've been doing is playing music for the last 20 years.
Hey.
Now I'm home. I'm a composer by trade, and so that means I work a lot by myself. And so Twitch is pretty good for that, as we've all discovered in the last year. So I decided to use that midlife crisis energy to just get a sweet like CRT retro game set up and discover all these old school games that I know nothing about. So that's me.
MC, midlife crisis energy. It's
Hell
the
yeah.
kids these days and their acronyms. And we have also GabbyDigs. Gabby, would you like to introduce yourself? I'm gonna do a worse job.
Yeah, hi everybody. I am Gabby. I'm a variety streamer from Vancouver, Canada. Started with retro indie games, moved to the Soulsborne, and now I've been obsessed with Gwent. So, one trick pony. Um, I'm an archaeologist. I'm obsessed with human evolution, so you can always drop by, and I like dropping fun facts about, how we evolved and fun stuff like that. And yeah, and I am so excited to be back here, Pocket. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, and I forgot. I said last time that I was going to make sure I had obscure archaeology facts to just spit out in middle of the podcast. That's gonna have to wait till next time. I'm a bit louder. Okay, I'm gonna turn myself down a little bit. Okay. Flav phrase here is in the comments, making sure that the audio is fine. Let me know if things are fine, and we'll just make sure everything is perfect here, because we run a perfect show here. All right, there's no room for error. No margin. Yeah.
No mistakes.
No mistakes.
Out of here.
So, what would you guys like to discuss first? A little bit of news, Megaman, or Final Fantasy? Anyway, first person says it.
Lead us, Pocket.
Lead us. Okay, I'm gonna discuss. I'm gonna first bring up the thing that's been driving me nuts all week.
You are the moderator, sir.
I am the
Why don't you
moderator.
give me the phone?
I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can, Captain. Giving it all I got. The C-bomb thing. It's driving me nuts. Apparently, if you have a PlayStation 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I don't have to remember anything but the numbers. There's a little CR2032 battery in there, a little battery in there that keeps the clock. And once it's dead, if you can't connect to PlayStation servers, you can't play games. Now, on some systems, it is only the digital games. On some systems, it's all the games. But this is driving me nuts. I didn't own a PlayStation 4 until now, and now I probably will not buy one. Unless I get it hacked, I guess. But are there any quick thoughts on this? Maybe Kirblet.
It is annoying. However, it's not completely unfixable. I mean, you'd have some systems might be easier to fix this problem than others, and I'd probably do that now instead of later. But I would have a problem if this were a permanent you can't do it ever again. Well,
Well, I can't. Like you can right now. You can connect to servers.
Once the battery dies, once the battery dies, you're screwed.
Right.
Replacing battery's not going to work. Yeah, I don't buy that. I think this is a somewhat solvable problem, and I would hope that Sony would take care to fix this kind of problem in the future, whether it's a small patch. I don't know how deep the coding goes on verification on that. I won't pretend to know. But I think that this is something that Sony can easily fix.
I would imagine,
or someone in the modding community, or something like that, would have their own solution or are working on said solution at the moment. So it's only a matter of time before something gets fixed on this problem.
And right now, if you do go in and replace your battery, which not everyone's going to be able to do, but that's fine, right? Your battery dies in your technology. This is not the thing that you want. This is not an easy thing for. You're not going to have the consumer open up the back of your their PS5 and switch out this battery. But let's say they did, right? Right now they'd be fine because they can connect to the PlayStation servers. Once those go down, you're done. But yeah, I can imagine right now they're shooting you an error code, unless they have the worst code in the world. Maybe don't send out an error. I don't know. It doesn't sound to me. from the limited as a developer, from the limited development experience I have, I see it as just like an error and turning that error off, because it's doing some check for if it can connect to the internet.
Or merely overwriting that.
Or merely
that check.
overwriting, yeah.
Or just skipping it entirely where it's not required or it's not going to produce a lock on the system. There's got to be some code that can be injected into that to resolve that issue.
Yeah.
I mean, and for those who are wondering what the CMOS is, it's basically the internal system clock, and this battery helps keep it so that when you turn the power off or unplug the device and transfer it to your friend's house, then we get someone in there. That it doesn't lose the internal time. It's basically a clock battery.
Scuba, you were going to say something.
Well, I wanted to ask you, like, what's your biggest? It seems like you're pretty anxious about this.
I'm pretty anxious about this. Okay, I'm neurotic about this.
Why? I want to get to the root of this. What are you anxious about? Are you anxious that you paid money for something and then it becomes garbage?
Gabby's not gonna be able to play Gwent.
Or maybe, let me just put a thought out there. Maybe we're all anxious that time is passing us by and nothing in this universe is permanent.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it makes us secretly appreciate it more.
I think it's a good way to double down on the fact that all we have is today. All we have is today. Enjoy our games right now. I think that makes our games more valuable. But
I think it was the Gwent thing. You're right. Definitely.
No, I was going to say, I'm not worried at all. I'm worried for Gabby specifically. If Gabby can't play Gwent, I don't know what's going to happen. And none of us want to find out what that reality is. Gabby, what are your thoughts on this?
My actual thoughts was, so we talked a little bit just before the podcast about it. And it's just been recently discovered. What happened? Why? How was it recently discovered? Like, it goes all the way back to PS3?
I'm sure someone knew it. It does at least. PS3, Vita, and PS4 and PS5, from what I know, have some sort of issue. PS5 will play... I've watched Spawnwave did like a breakdown of PS4 and PS5. I haven't seen enough on PS3, but yeah.
Yeah, basically, and then someone confirmed that this problem does exist on the PS4 and then also the PS5 because someone took out the CMOS battery.
Yeah, some brave soul.
And sure enough,
bricked their system.
It happened. Yeah. It's just once the servers no longer support the PS3 or PS4, then if the battery dies, then you can't fix it or something like that, even replacing the battery. And I think it's the longevity of it. I think that's what's got people freaked out. Is you can't fix the problem anymore.
It's like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, right? We were very lucky to have Scott Pilgrim versus the World be released, even in physical, after it was taken off of the Xbox 360 store. Now, if we didn't have that, we would never be able to play this classic again, unless you are kind of asking some people. I do not condone this, but some people may want to hack their systems to play everything, and then you've opened up that wormhole. That little.
Isn't that how games have always been preserved though? Like
pretty
it's
much.
not. It's Nintendo and PlayStation kind of don't give a toss about whether you get to play your games till the heat death of the universe. It's always the community that preserves them. So
is that true?
100% convinced that will continue.
Where does Nintendo not allow you to do that? I know that recently they've done some stuff where they like selling things at specific intervals, but you can play Megaman 2 today and it'll function.
Not to mention there's the Megaman collections out there for Steam.
That's not on purpose.
Yeah.
You can't play Zelda if your CMOS battery dies.
Oh, the CMOS battery in the N64?
In the Zelda. Original, like Zelda was one of the first games to have the cartridge.
Yeah, you just won't be able to save your game. You can play the game, you just won't be able to save.
You can play the game.
And it doesn't matter if you can or not. My point is not whether you can or not. It's like, do they care? The answer is, can they make more money on it? Then no.
Right, and that makes sense. And the thing with those games as well is you could just replace that battery and then be fine. But yes, from a corporate standpoint, they probably just don't care, and
and
that
they
makes
will
sense.
never have your best interests.
Yeah,
Until until their feet are held to the flame.
Yeah.
So,
and that's
it's same as it ever was, as far as I'm concerned. We just gotta protect. We gotta preserve our games either through emulation or through hacks. On a side note, does anyone know if the CMOS battery is soldered into the
no, it's not.
consoles?
A lot of the
It's not?
consoles, it's just pop out.
Yeah,
I
seems
know
like an
it- I
easy
know-
fix then.
I know the batteries are soldered to like the old cartridge games like Super Nintendo and
Yeah.
NES games. They're soldered in, and to replace them, you'd have to solder new ones or a battery holder.
Seems like
Jimmy, do you have any thoughts on your consoles going away forever?
Well, I mean, I think Scuba was kind of right on that. It's they're making these games. I mean, I was playing Mario 35. You know what I mean? Here's a recent example, Mario 35, and it's like they released it with the plan of it's going to be up for like 6 months, and
Yeah.
then we're going to take it down, and we're going to release Super Mario All Stars 3D, and then we're not going to have it available even digital anymore. Like, it's the way they're going to do things. They're going to make money. They want to make money. They're business. So like even if it's a grand master plan of, hey, we're going to do this for a short time, and then when you miss it, we're going to come back again later and we're going to do it again, and then you're going to miss it and you're going to want more. It's like it's just going to happen. So I think it's just take advantage of, if you want to play games, then play them. You got to play them now.
You
That's
gotta
kind of
play
the
them.
it's a little different because I get the whole retro thing, like with Scuba going back and now playing these games he couldn't play before. You want to have those opportunities, but as things get, there's more technology and they get more complicated, and how you can connect to the internet, how you can play with people across the world, how you can do all these things, it's also going to get more complicated with how long is that going to be available, because you have to have systems to support all of that.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of like you take it while you can get it, man. And
I just want to play my Naughty Bear for the Xbox, for the PlayStation 3. Why can't I play Wet for the PlayStation 3? Yeah. I mean,
for what it's worth, I play all my games on an EverDrive anyway. So
yeah.
I could never afford to buy all these
If
games.
there's a solution, someone's going to have it in the modding and community like that. They're going to do that.
Yeah.
They're going to have it.
Yeah. Nobody, I guess, unless it's nobody will allow games to just go away. The modding community is out there. It's been out there for a while. So lovely, so lovely. So, moving on to a little more news. Why don't we?
Oh.
Ooh. Sorry. I had my list of things, and now it is gone. This isn't a piece of modern news, but apparently the Olympic swimming team did perform with the Final Fantasy VIII music. That was just randomly up there. Yeah.
The Moonlight Waltz?
I don't know if it was
Did they
that.
really?
Okay, synchro duet, and they only received a bronze. I know. I have to find this for you.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Should have gone Chocobo, Surf Chocobo music.
8 is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games, and I know that can be that's an unpopular take, but I don't care.
A lot of people love it. Also, how do you top Final Fantasy VII? Like right after Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy V. Gabby's gonna be on this in a little bit. Yeah, Gabby's gonna be on. Gabby's waiting.
I'm ready.
she's ready. Gabby posted a little bit of an article. There's that random news that itch.io is now going to be part of Epic Game Store. So you're going to be able to download a game store from Epic's Game Store. It's very random.
I know you find it silly, but I think it is amazing for indie games. I think it's just
it's amazing for indie games?
Yeah, it's just an extra avenue of like being noticed, I guess, an extra avenue of discovery, because I think that more people have the Epic Games app than go to itch.io every once in a while to see what's new.
That would be my guess. But not more than like Steam, I guess. But that's not the argument. And
it's kind of it's like Pimp My Game Store. You know, you can have a game store in a game store.
yeah,
You can game
exactly.
while you
Hey, it puts a game store in a game store so you can game store while you game store.
exactly.
Yeah, but it's the type of thing where they were expanding to have also apps on the Epic Game Store, and that's kind of how this happened. I don't know what my real opinion is on Epic anymore, because they fund they fund games, a lot of games,
No,
on the condition that they allow that their release is on the Epic Game Store. So I don't know if they're going to be the next big bad publisher, right? Because they're coming after Apple right now for how they're treating for their 30% cut. Yeah, for them taking 30% cut of everything. I don't know. I just, for some reason, Epic Games just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Like what Epic's trying to do is basically trying to be the new Steam. And
yeah,
that's not happening. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Is it not going to happen? Because they give away free games every single week. I can imagine that everyone, that they have a huge user base. Not to mention, it is the way that you play Fortnite, which is, debatably the biggest game in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think their goal is to expand, so it's not to be Steam, because Steam is very video game focused. So this is their goal, is to have like an app of video games, but that's why they're adding all these 3D programs and art programs, and
right.
and I think their goal is bigger. I had negative opinions on Epic until this specific news, and I think it's really cool.
Interesting.
I'm excited. I'm really excited about it. I love indie games.
I've never been a fan of Epic's exclusivity policy for PC games. Like consoles exclusives, I can see where that is, because that's two different platforms entirely. But PC's its own platform, and having exclusive on a particular store doesn't really do a whole lot, except make gamers angry. That's really all it does. I mean, and I get why. And here's the thing: on the flip side, I do understand why publishers take that, because it can give them much needed revenue to develop the game.
Yeah,
and be able to pay for development costs, developers, stuff like that. And I get that, but it's never good optics for PC gaming for this.
It is very interesting. Let's see. Any final thoughts on that? Because we're gonna move over to Final Fantasy.
Very quickly, Phrase
sorry.
asked if exclusivity is going to apply, and I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's going to be an own separate app thing. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's weird.
No sense for Epic to have exclusivity over a game store. That's redundant. That's not needed.
No. Steam's gonna have it tomorrow. Steam's gonna have itch.io. I'm sorry, Scuba was trying to say something. Scuba?
I just I'm pretty ignorant. So can I ask some basic questions?
Yes,
sure.
Please.
So what's the problem with exclusivity on Epic?
Okay. The problem with the exclusivity is it locks to some people prefer one platform over the other. The problem with Epic back in that
Steam
time when
versus Epic,
yes,
thing?
Steam versus Epic, yes, because the problem with Epic, I don't know if it's still a problem today, was that the Epic Game Store wasn't as secure when in the checkout as Steam has been, and that can produce some problems.
Ooh. Sorry about that.
So
sorry about that. You might have to repeat the last 5 seconds. Isn't that cool?
Hey, no worries. But also just Epic's behavior overall hadn't been really good, and kind of soured a lot of people with their behavior and trying to get these exclusivity deals and stuff.
So they're sort of strong arming of like with their Fortnite money to try and get exclusives to grow their platform.
Pretty much.
That's exactly.
I can see that.
Right.
See, for me, on my perspective, as someone who kind of doesn't pay too much attention to any of that, it's just like, where I want to buy Red Dead 2. It wasn't on Steam which is sort of my preferred thing because that's just where all my games are. So I
And
bought it on Epic, and it runs fine. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it, but I'm all for competition. I'm all for whatever, but they paid for that exclusivity, and I guess they're getting
Yeah,
their
they
money's
sure
worth
did.
because
yeah.
you know.
A lot of it's just optics and the fact that Epic not only makes games, but of course is the owners of the Unreal Engine too. So
Right.
that
Yeah, it just it feels weird because they.
Would you have a problem? Would you guys have a problem if Steam had that same exclusivity thing?
They don't own the engine. They don't own. They're just a game store. They
Right, but let's say they paid for like Red Dead 3 or whatever to be
I don't
their thing.
I don't even think I have a
Exclusively.
huge issue with Epic doing it. Just Epic as a
Right.
whole is giving me the heebie-jeebies because they're like, yeah, we're gonna control the engine, the leading game in America, and the place where you're going to publish all your games. And then the second they have that, they could very easily become like Apple with their 30% fee and be like, no, this is the standard. And because remember that they threw Apple's video, it was made by the guy who made Alien, the Ridley Scott Apple commercial. They threw it right back in Apple's face, right?
I remember that.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the good guys in this. I mean, this is very well the type of thing that would happen to Epic as well. And not only that, like we know that they're just a corporation. Like it's, I don't know.
Corporations will never have your best interest at heart. I'll say that again.
Basically,
Apple or Epic or whoever, and I think they always get their comeuppance over time, but it takes a bit of perspective to see that. Like Apple's getting it right now. I mean, they invented the iPhone. They profited on it, and now they're being hit with all these antitrust suits, and people are realizing that walled garden Apple ecosystem isn't the be all and end all. And I personally, as a composer, I'm pretty much in the next year going to switch away from using their products to do my work, just because it's too expensive and there's not enough benefit for the money.
Yeah, Epic had a lot of their hands in too many honey jars. Basically, that's what they were trying to do.
How do you mean? I don't know.
Like they had their hand in the engine development, they had their game development, and then storefront. It's like they're trying to kind of gather everything into one big pot. It's just it just didn't come off. It didn't come off well.
And that feels that just feels like too much control. They can jack up the price whenever they want now, and there's no way to.
It's like when people ask me like what's wrong with Disney? All they're doing is buying IP. You can't have a monopoly on IP. And I'm like, well that's the issue. You can't have a monopoly on IP. So there's nothing to stop them from charging whatever they want from I don't know.
For sure.
It's like if some food corporation bought up a particular cheap brand of food that you loved as a kid and maybe even love today, and then they decided, hey, we own it now. We're just going to jack up the price. No one can stop us. That's
well, it's like Monsanto, right? You got the whole Monsanto thing owning the patent on seeds.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah, I heard about that.
I've not heard this. Wow.
But the thing that I think about is like that never sits well with the public once they figure it out. So is it profitable in the long run for a company to even do that? Maybe in the short term it is, but to monopolize their business.
I think Apple's hurting real hard right now. Same with Epic. Like
these guys,
they're not. They're fine. Like I don't know.
What they have they have so much traction in the mobile market or whatever, but not a lot of innovation. So how long can it last?
My 170 is actually right when they said, Disney changed copyright law so they can keep Mickey Mouse.
Yes, that's also true.
That's actually true.
that is also true. That is, oh man, it's just such a headache.
It's dumb.
It's so dumb. So yes, when we are, does anyone have any final thoughts they want to say on copyright law? The sexy topic of copyright law.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
I want to hear this. What rabbit hole are we going down now?
Oh crap.
Well, I make my living from copyright, so I
Yeah.
like copyright.
Yeah,
Is that selfish?
No.
So you hate copyright or
I
you
get
like
a
copyright?
check 4 times a year from
Yeah.
my intellectual property that gets broadcasted on TV,
Residuals?
and it pays. Yeah, it pays for my life, and I worked hard to get. You know, I started from nothing. I have no experience. I had no experience or training in music, and
Yeah,
I built up my skills, and I got a show, and I worked really hard on it. I basically
great.
let 3 years of my life go, and now I have a show that runs on the Canadian, like the state broadcaster here or whatever, and it's been very good to me. So
that's amazing.
That's good.
Yeah, and
I would hate to see that eroded for content creators, but at the same time, I see how things are changing, and it needs to be, like copyright needs to be more accessible to everyone.
and it always
who wants
changes.
to use it.
Like I can tell you, Scuba, that like I have family who I have family who are writers, and during the writer strike, I was there, in the picket lines. I even still have one of the picket signs. I don't know how I acquired that, but anywho, I still so that was even it doesn't even get it gets complicated even from there because you have the copyright for this type of media, but
Right.
that specific strike was due to what happens with streaming services. What happens? Who owns the rights? Do I have to pay for? Do I have to give a writer a residual if I stream a show? Anywho, it definitely is a rabbit hole that we can go down. But
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know what to say. It's
yeah,
on one hand, people like the value of content has been basically been reduced to zero because
Yeah.
it's so frictionless to obtain it however you want and whenever you want. But these huge someone's making the money off of it. The ISPs and Apple and Hulu and Twitch, Amazon, they're all making money off, someone's intellectual property. And then they say, "Oh, you streamer who has used this Drake song in the background of your stream, we're going to slap you on the wrist."
well that you're stealing so much money from them. Amazon, who also owns Twitch, and Disney, who also owns partially Hulu, they're being hurt.
Sorry, are you being sarcastic?
I'm being so sarcastic.
Okay. Well, I mean, look at it this way. Okay, let me play devil's advocate to you,
Yeah.
Pocket. A year ago, everyone was doing 200 bits for a song request.
Okay.
I'll play whatever YouTube or whatever song off my Spotify that you want for 200 bits.
Sure.
So why shouldn't the publisher, like the writer of the song and their publishing company, take a share of that?
Yeah.
Why
I mean,
not?
if that is the case, then yes. But if you're using, it's different
If
from
okay, so
the.
let's expand that then.
It's
Let's say you're
different from the
using
slaps. The slaps on the wrist on the internet are huge, as opposed to you'll get your channel. It's like if Disney used Happy Birthday, who claimed the copyright for Happy Birthday? I guess that's even a bad metaphor, but
Three Sisters, I think, who owned the original thing, and then a publisher bought it up.
yeah,
But let's
it's
expand
Kanye.
this, right?
I think
Kanye.
it's Kanye.
It's definitely
I think
Kanye.
it's in the public domain now.
The Weast. Yeah. Well, it turned out
Yeah.
they didn't own the copyright, but yeah. My big issue is stuff like with YouTube and copyright strikes literally destroying an entire channel for minor mistakes. That's
What's the example?
I mean, on YouTube, there's been a lot of trouble with fair use, and I'm having
Right.
trouble, citing the specific sources of it. But
Right.
it is the type of thing where
Yeah.
people have had their
okay.
stuff, all their money seized. All of the rights of a video seized. I saw one last week from yourmoviesucks.org, who is infamous for putting out videos on how fair use is actually used and teaching people about using fair use correctly. And then he's like, "Yep, I just put out my video, and within an hour, it was demonetized, and now I have to change my content to be in a specific format because I get strong-armed like this, even though I'm using things correctly." And he gets millions of views, you know?
I mean, there's a process where you can fight it, and it's just like people are just. It's not, and it's usually not the actual companies doing the strong arming. Because I know somebody who lives in LA, and they make their living working in an office full of people that all they do are watching YouTube videos.
Oh no!
And like, oh, this famous YouTuber sang the chorus of a song just in their like vlog or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's copyright infringement. So
And-
I'm collecting my bounty on that.
Yeah,
Whatever.
exactly.
The songwriter doesn't give a shit.
Exactly.
The publisher maybe does, but not even really. It's just like, well, here's free money. I'm going to take it.
Yeah, it's like that's what I'm talking about. Like that's the stuff that gets to me. The fact that I go into my channel analytics and it says you have 0 copyright strikes. Why do I have to know that I have 0? Like, now I'm scared and I have 0 copyright strikes. You know,
well, it's pretty simple. I mean, like unless you want to do battle, just use your own original content. That's what I do.
Well, not everyone is as talented as you.
Well, that's how it goes, Pocket.
Yeah, I have to
That's how he makes his money.
That's how he makes his money.
Just watch, someone's gonna copyright strike your own stuff.
Yeah, no, Scuba's gonna copyright strike me. I just can't
Some
wait.
people have had that happen to them. Like like people make their own music and have it copyright struck for.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah, it's so crazy.
It's sad actually. It's what it is.
Yeah, and it's yeah.
I just wanted to respond. I think Caffeinated Diabetic had some. He was adding me. Apple has to worry with reported earnings every 3 months and investors. Apple, Twitch, all publicly traded. Nintendo was horrible. Yeah, they wouldn't allow YouTubers to stream their games. So we're talking about like fair use and whatever.
Exactly.
Nintendo wouldn't even allow you to stream. Like if you want to watch Mario 3D World or whatever. You have to buy a copy of that game for yourself and play it. And that's how you can watch it. So they realized that they're leaving money on the table by pursuing these little wrist slaps. So they're like, okay, feel free, go nuts. And I'm sure that's what drove the success of all their first party titles on the Switch.
Yeah.
And
that was really brought to my attention with streamers and YouTubers like Angry Joe, who'd really ranted a lot about that issue about the YouTube partners program too, because even then they were still restricted for a while.
Yeah,
and then Nintendo finally changed their tune to I think the current iteration where it is today, and it's been actually really good ever since.
Yeah, it's very interesting too, because once again, if you were to play devil's advocate. Let's say I'm playing, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's pretty much a visual novel. It's pretty much, something that the content is barely a game right now, and even the new one comes with a mode where you can play it as if it's a movie, and then where does, then what differentiates it from having you play a video on YouTube? Sorry, video.
Well, if you were okay, let me turn the question back on you. If you were the publisher, the maker of that game, would you want people streaming it? Do you think because
I personally yes.
Do they have incentive to buy it again?
Personally, I would. Because
I would too.
Because I think
I would too.
Yeah, I would because I think I want people to enjoy the game. And that's where the purchases would come. I think every game that I've seen that I've enjoyed, I've invested in. To only have Sony not allow me to play it on their console, but in the future.
And isn't the real value of a lot of these games that we know and love and have grown up with the identity kind of. The identity asset when you buy the game and you can consider yourself, I'm a Final Fantasy fan. I'm a Megaman.
Which we'll get to. We'll get to that topic very soon.
Fan.
I apologize
have the
to the
art
audience.
on my wall.
Yes.
I have the cartridges. This defines me as an individual, so I will buy it for that reason. So,
yeah.
that's how I see it.
Totally. And that's the same thing. I have my giant library of games that I hide. It's right over there, right off screen. There's even
That's mine.
there's a camel, little dinosaur right over there. It's just right off screen. You can't see it, but it is right over there. Yes. And audience, I do apologize about all this insider talk. It's great, and we are going to move on to Final Fantasy in just a second. Any last thoughts on copyright as a whole for tonight?
All I have to say is it's just still a big giant gray area, copyright and fair use and stuff like that. And I guess until more court cases come about, then I think it's going to stay that way for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just as as a streamer, protect yourself. If you don't know, don't do it. Don't use it. If you don't know where it stands on the content that you're trying to use, so just protect yourself.
Yeah.
Do your research.
It's such a
Yeah.
headache.
And
All
don't use it.
right. So let's move on to Final Fantasy, games that I think everyone in here know one or two things about.
Oh, for sure.
I probably am the one who knows the least about Final Fantasy. I didn't even know it was
Really?
on when I had a Super Nintendo. I didn't know it was on the Super Nintendo. I didn't know that was a thing. Though I did have the Game Boy Final Fantasy games as Final Fantasy. They're Secret of Mana games.
Legends?
Final Fantasy Legends. Yeah, they're actually
Yeah.
secret. They're actually Secret of Mana games, but they're branded as Final Fantasy. So, what is your favorite Final Fantasy? Everyone but Gabby. For now, we're gonna get to yours. I know. Scuba,
I've only
what is your
played
favorite?
I only played two.
Okay.
I only I never played an RPG until last year. That's the gaming
Really?
bunker that is my existence. Yeah.
Oh man.
I never thought I would like the accounting fights as a kid. I'm like, this is boring.
Yeah.
Where's the jump button? Where's the shoot button? Why do I have to like inventory management?
Oh, inventory management. Oh yes.
Right?
Right.
And then like I got so sick of Mario Maker last year. I'm like, I want to play the opposite of this game. I want to play the opposite of like Play My Wevel and raging out at some dumb thing that some kid made for me to rage to, right?
Yeah.
So I played my first RPG was Chrono Trigger, and the second one was FF7.
Nice.
And it came highly recommended by my chat.
See, and you have good taste.
I didn't even know that Aerith dies in the middle of that. I didn't even know
Spoilers.
who Aerith was.
Spoilers.
Oh,
Spoilers.
sorry guys, I spoiled the 25-year-old game.
Spoilers. Yeah.
Scuba.
Wah, wah.
Trigger alert.
And the chat goes
Wait, what?
wild.
Anyway, that was a 60-hour playthrough, and I loved it. And that's my favorite one. I played FF6 after, and it's pretty good too.
Yeah, and it's funny to hear that because when I pop by your channel, you were playing only RPGs. I'm like, this guy's must be an RPG master. But those were your only ones. I have not beaten Chrono Trigger. I've fallen asleep in it like 4 times. That's not even part
I
of
need
the
to
game.
finish my
So,
playthrough.
so did you pick this topic thinking I'd have much to say about it?
I mean, I knew you'd have something to say on it because you've played them. I've seen you play them. I was there. You have the Meow Meow song. I've seen it. I
Well-
know he has something to say about it. Yeah, you.
Gotcha.
Apparently, I have something to say about everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Look, we already spoke about copyright. Who knew that was going to come up? I guess, Kirblet, what is your favorite Final Fantasy game?
Okay. Again, unpopular opinion, but 8 is my one of my favorite Final Fantasies, followed very closely by 6.
Right.
Final Fantasy 6 is another one of my favorites too.
I was going to make fun of it and be like, you like Final Fantasy Chocobo Adventures? Though I don't even know if there is a Chocobo Adventures. It just sounds like something that would exist.
And what, 6 or 8?
Oh, I mean, well, there's Chocobo riding in 7. I know that.
Yeah.
Probably in and in 15. So I would imagine that all of them have a little bit of it.
Funny enough, I actually own the PlayStation versions of Final Fantasy 4 through 9, and then I have Final Fantasy 10, 11. No, wait, no, 12, and then I have a lot of Final Fantasies. I need to actually replay those.
So, sorry, I got distracted because we got rated by 17 people. Hi guys, welcome to the podcast.
Raid!
I'm going to try to focus
Hello.
on this, but man, you guys are too kind to me.
You people picked the right time. Yeah.
Mine is my favorite Final Fantasy. We're talking about Final Fantasy. My favorite Final Fantasy game is Final Fantasy 7, and I'm sure I'm going to go into that in just a second. Jimmy, what is your favorite Final Fantasy game?
Well, I've only played a few myself. I've seen a lot of them be played by friends, just hanging around friends, seeing like 8, seeing 10.
Yeah.
Haven't really got too many of the like Super Nintendo ones, but my favorite from the one I've played is 9. I don't know, 9 was really like I saw my friends playing 7 before I played 9, which was recommended by a friend.
Yeah.
And I really liked just like, basically like the class system again, where each character was unique, and I thought the story was great. So big 9 fan.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we've got 8, 9, 7, and
Again, another solid choice.
2 7s. And Gabby, I hear you might like oh, the sub sounds going on. Gabby, which one do you like again?
Yeah, okay, so
let's
start
hear her
on
out.
the bottom. Now we're here. I have played 7, 10, 14. I've played and beaten 5, 6, and 4 in that order, and I've played 3, but I haven't beaten it. And 5 is just the best. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just I love 5 so much. It's the first one where they introduce a class. I didn't know they introduced class and jobs in that one, but
Maybe don't feel sorry for loving any Final Fantasy.
I mean, I'm Canadian. I'm not really sorry, or I am really sorry. It's hard to say.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I love 5 so much. And I always played the Butts version over the Bart's version, which is like because I always played on an emulator where the translation was all.
Oh.
I think 5 is so great. There's a really cool storyline that honestly I think was probably like more like progressive, like before they realized like there's kind of a I don't know, like almost maybe even a queer storyline with like the one character that I don't know. It's really cool. I love Ferris. That's Ferris for anyone that knows 5. 5 is really cool. I recommend it. It's the best.
I've played 5 before, actually. It was pretty good.
I think the story is great.
I've only seen a little bit of it.
On my list.
It's weird. 8 through 9. I find people. So I've always been doing like what is everyone's favorite Final Fantasy on my stream, and 6 and 4. Okay, so 6 was the first choice, 4 was the second choice, 8 and 9 were like 2 that people are always competing about. 7 is always up there.
7
is always
you
up
can't. Yeah, you can't do anything. Can't do anything with 7.
And 7 was the one that like people know, like that's where you get the nostalgia factor.
Yeah, I went back to that like 2 years ago.
I think in many respects, Final Fantasy 7 is the gateway Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
like it's what hooks them in, and then they want to play. And then if they really like it, they'll probably experiment with other ones, see what they like. But yeah, Final Fantasy 7, I think, is the gateway Final Fantasy.
Kids, don't do Final Fantasy. This is a warning.
And don't speedrun
Not without
Final
supervision
Fantasy.
or friends.
Oh, speedrunning.
No, you gotta play 7 and just get to the chocobo racing and breeding, and then never finish the game because there's never been a better game. Like, chocobo breeding. That is.
I don't know. I think I was like, I think I've had enough gaming for today. When Kate Sith originally came on screen, I was like, I don't know what's going on, and I'm overwhelmed by it, and I'm leaving, and I'm coming back tomorrow. Oof. This has been a lot. Oof. Yeah. Oh man. Has anyone played the 7 remake? I've only really played 7. I played a little bit of the other games, and I've seen I've even watched Scuba play 6 for hours, and I hear 6 has an amazing story. I played a bit of 15 as well, which was surprisingly, it was fun, but it's hard for me to get gripped into an RPG and then sit there for 40 hours more.
Who knew Final Fantasy VI would get me interested in opera?
Yeah.
Because it did. It's like, wait, I didn't know it was possible in video games.
Yeah.
They made it work, and it worked well.
Okay, so new question. What's the
Uh-oh.
best Final Fantasy song?
Oh, you guys hear it whenever someone's rated twice now, and you've heard my favorite Final Fantasy song. I mean, it's kind of obvious because it's from Final Fantasy VII. You guys can take a guess, but it's there whenever anyone raids, and you get like little Final Fantasy characters on screen.
Okay, when you say song, does it have to be with lyrics or instrumental, or can it be any of? Okay,
Anything that if you looked up Final Fantasy on YouTube, you might find it.
It has to be within Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy for the Nintendo 3DS. Only. Which my song is, in fact. I don't know if any of you guys want to guess it. I don't know. I feel like it's an obvious choice.
Just say it.
Okay, fine. No, it's
dumb.
Or
I don't know.
sing it.
no, sing it. It's Aerith's song.
okay,
Aerith song.
Okay, yeah.
yeah. No, that's
Which
a good
one is
one.
that again? I don't know.
Da,
looking it up.
da. Wait, no.
Wait a second.
Hold on.
Do
Dun,
do
dun,
do
dun,
do
dun,
do
dun.
do.
Oh yeah.
I can't even. See, here's our
Yeah,
opera.
that one's okay. That one's okay.
Yeah,
I'll allow it. Yeah.
it hits harder in the game.
can do
That's
it
why
now.
I'm just like.
Oh yeah.
And these several movies, or sorry, one movie I guess. Have any of you guys played the remake? What's in the box?
I own the remake,
No,
and I
that too.
appreciate it. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderfully done.
I seriously need to get around to it. I seriously
You
need to get around.
should. You really should. It's well worth it.
It's
Like
the type
I bought.
yeah.
I love it so much. I bought the physical version.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you got the collector's edition,
Yeah.
which has like Cloud
No, I
on a
didn't
bike.
get the collector's edition.
The $200 collector's edition with Cloud on a bike.
Ain't that rich? Ain't that rich?
That would be
Now, as far as
insane.
my favorite song, though, my favorite song is "Liberi Fatale" from 8.
Is that the one that the
It's
gymnasts?
the opening. It's the opening theme to Final Fantasy 8. When you start the game, it's the one that plays in the opening scene. The Pitos Lusik.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
Is that the one that
That
the
and-
Olympic swimmers used for their?
You need to link that video to me.
I know,
wanna
I do.
watch that.
Yeah. I'm going to link that. Oh man, Jimmy, what is? Oh, sorry, Kirblet, keep going.
No. I'm good. Actually. I want to hear Jimmy's.
Honestly, I can't name a song because it's been such a long time since I played a Final Fantasy, to be completely honest. All the music's great. Like, one thing that keeps
Yeah.
coming to mind is I was watching Scuba's playthrough of 6, and there's like the boss music, not the final boss, but just like the standard boss music that was really sweet. But like I always loved, because like I said, 9 was my favorite, so I love the Kuja fight song. Like the final, not the final villain before he pulls the Sigma and shows a different villain.
Yeah.
So I really liked that song because it kind of has a dramatic start to it. But yeah, I can't really name too many songs. There's so many great songs out there though.
I will say Kefka's theme from 6 is absolutely amazing too.
We're gonna have like a playlist linked at the bottom for everyone who wants to listen to any of these. I guess Gabby.
I'm always gonna love the Chocobo theme.
Oh really?
It says, "Oh, I love Chocobos. What you gonna do?"
What you gonna
An
do?
oldie but a goodie. It's an oldie but
Chocobos
a
versus
goodie.
Moogs, always Chocobo. But I also really love the Sephiroth from 7. I get it
Oh
stuck
my
in my
God.
head like twice a week. Sephiroth.
Dun, 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 dun.
All the
I love the new arrangements that are done with all this
Yeah.
Final Fantasy music nowadays, especially when Nobuo Uematsu is actively involved with it.
Yeah, I actually hated One Wing Angel, which is the name of the Sephiroth song, until he came out on Smash. Like I watched Advent Children. I played through the entirety of Final Fantasy VII, you know, and was like, I do not get this song. But the second, like, you know, you see Sephiroth stab Mario, you're like, okay, I understand it now. Yeah. So Scuba, did you get a chance to say your fave?
I got some answers.
Yes, you in the front.
The one that really got me jazzed the first time I heard it, and then the 250,000 times I heard it after, just the standard fanfare at the end of a battle for FF7.
Oh yeah.
It starts out like like the classic FF music, whatever, and then it goes into this like really fucking cool chord progression that's like, it's very hip, it's very like modern, and like there's like, I ended up just figuring it out on guitar as like a little exercise. So I love that. But the thing, the tune that sort of encapsulates FF7 for me is just the anxiety theme. I don't know if you guys know that one. It's just,
which
it's
one's
very
that one?
Like
yeah,
you know, it's like, it's whenever like Cloud is like questioning, who am I? Where am I from?
Oh,
What
when
is
when the
this?
flashback, the non-flashbacks are coming in his head and
Maybe
stuff,
it's
and
that. I don't know. They play it. They play it.
I think
throughout
specific towns as well. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of anxiety. Like Final Fantasy VII itself is just about loss. They've always said it's just about
grieving,
loss. Yeah. Which is fascinating. And you, as the music person, I guess I do have a question for you. The music sounds different from traditional music that I've listened to, and I can't put a finger on why. Do you have any thoughts on this? Like, it doesn't.
Well, I'd like to probe what you know. I'd like to maybe pull out the why from you, because like, to me it's you know, I have a thing that like I think some thoughts about the especially the FF7 music that
That's the stuff I'm most used
original.
to. Yeah.
So what how do, like, is it how it makes you feel, or is it the tonality of it, or the sounds they use?
It feels like score. I think a lot of it feels like score.
Yeah.
But then it also feels I don't know. It feels like epic score, but it doesn't feel like movie score, and I can't explain why. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being crazy.
Here's the thing about movie score: it's like traditional movie underscore. It's time based, right? And it's story based, but it has to hit moments, right? Like it started with Disney, right? I guess it started with opera, but Disney, they call it Mickey Mousing in the composer world, where it's like you hit a certain emotion at a specific time, right?
Yeah.
And when the leading actor says the heavy line, and it's sort of like you feel that in the music. But the thing about video games is like, it's sort of a more broad brushstrokes approach to how you use score, because it's just a general, and anxiety is a great example of that the anxiety theme in FF7, it kind of just gives you that general kind of like almost environmental sense.
Right, I was gonna say mood. Like, maybe it's just like, it's an all-encompassing mood, because you have to.
It's all mood. It's all mood. But it's more of a general underlying, because anxiety in a lot of other games before it's been sort of like a pinpoint of like, now we're anxious.
Yeah.
But you know, FF7 is really cool because it kind of fakes you out with like battle music. It's like, all right, we're doing stuff.
Yeah.
We're in the army. We're fighting. And then like 10 minutes into the game, 20 minutes into the game, you hear the anxiety theme for the first time. and you're like, why do I feel weird? Why do, you know? And I think that's the groundbreaking aspect of at least the music in that game.
Also, I feel like it's working off of limited limited, I guess, resources maybe. So it has a different feel as well. The original Final Fantasy VII stuff has
functionally, yes, and they could have gone to like CD audio basically. Like they could have just used a 2 mix of like, we're going to record this with the orchestra and put it in the game. They had the technology to do it.
Yeah.
But
on the 5th disc,
Uematsu wanted to hit moments in a way that was more dynamic. You know, to go
Yeah.
against what I just said, they did it in like the sort of traditional SNES tracker style kind of way, and they were able to use more tracks. But yeah, the thing about limited tracks is it's not really a hindrance. It's actually better to have less tracks in a way because it focuses the ideas.
Creativity,
Yes.
based on limitations is
Like-
usually going to produce
But
good results.
it still has a different feel to it, right? Like it still feels different from orchestral, let's say. The different, even not only the tracks, but I guess might be a limited range of sounds or notes or something that they're able to use. I'm no music.
They're I mean, it's true. I guess it's they're using synthesized versions of everything, and it sounds weird, but that's the charm of that music, right?
Yeah.
And they actually didn't need to do that, but because they wanted to be so dynamic with where the score comes in and out, they went for that approach, and I think it adds to the vibe. I don't know.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
It's a choice.
Yeah, for sure. I thank them for doing that. Does anyone have any other song highlights from Final Fantasy series that they want to just bring up? And if not, yes, Kirblet.
There's one more, and it's and again, it's Final Fantasy VIII. I'm gonna always be the Final Fantasy VIII guy, but it's called "Don't Be Afraid." It's like the main battle music from Final Fantasy VIII, and I think it really works as a kind of a main standard enemy battle theme because it gets you pumped just to fight. Like the moment the enemy encounter, the moment the encounter starts, like the moment you're transitioning from the overworld to the battle, still gets you pumped because it's that snare drum, it's those trumpets, it basically, and it gets me pumped even fighting. Like, give it a listen, you'll agree it'll kind of get you pumped just to fight a battle. That's all. That's all I say about that.
No, it's great. Our next topic we're going to be moving into. I guess I mean we can go straight into Mega Man, or I can note all the random Final Fantasy trivia that I brought up, which is basically that Final Fantasy itself. I'm sure you guys probably know this, that it was originally made because it was. You ready for me to butcher a name? Here we go. Hironobu Sakaguchi.
Sakaguchi.
Yes.
The
creator. Yes, this was going to be his Final Fantasy game before he gives up on gaming and goes back to university. If it didn't turn out well. But it turned out.
Why it was called Final Fantasy, because it was the last thing he's going to be able to do, and if it didn't work out, he was done.
Yeah. And then the other piece of trivia was really that the Olympic swim team, which I will have to link to you guys later. When it comes to Mega Man, favorite Mega Man game, go. Jimmy?
Mega Man X.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Kirblet.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear the name.
No, I Kirblet, go for it. Mega Man X.
Mega Man X, go.
Jimmy.
Mega Man 6.
Gabby.
I've never played a Mega Man, but Fraser's favorites are 2 and 3, so there.
Heck yeah. Scuba?
2 all day, baby.
2 all day.
Just come at me.
It's so hard these days. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I bought the Legacy Collection. I probably have 2 different forms of it. And I'm like, I can't. Maybe it's just me.
You can't play it?
Yeah, I guess it's just me being a scrub. No, I don't know. It's the old Mega Man games are punishing.
They're difficult.
They're not easy.
They're not meant to be easy.
They're not meant to be easy. So I have not been able to complete. Maybe that's gonna be my next thing. Also, maybe I gave up too easily. But maybe my next thing will be going back and beating that. My favorite Mega Man game is gonna be one that you guys do not like probably it's gonna be the Battle Network series.
Dude, Battle Network's fantastic.
It's so
Come on.
good. It's so good.
I've never had the pleasure of playing that. I need to actually make some
It's
time to do that.
it's like nothing else. It's like because it is kinda turn based, kinda not. You know, it's kind of RPG. You're on a grid of 3x3, and you have to move around and shoot. And you use what you're shooting is like different power ups, which are cards. So it has like a card collecting mechanic to it. It is very weird.
Yeah, so it's what it is. It's like an action RPG in the sense where it's like turn-based RPG where you wander around, in an area, you encounter random battles, and then it goes to the action grid, 3x3. You have it, the enemy has it, you move around real time and shoot them, whatever, and then you activate like where you're gonna use your chips is what they're called. Because it's all based in like computers, internet is basically what
Like
what this
networking.
is.
Yeah,
Networking, yeah. Mega Man is a program, and you're fighting viruses, and it's all inspired from the enemies that you've encountered from the OG original series. Maybe a couple from X series, but it's mostly the original stuff. So you'll activate that time stop. You'll stop the time. You'll pick your chips, and then it'll go back to the action. And then you're like it's like a gauge that fills up. So
yeah.
you have this action going on. You have this collectible going on, and you have this aspect where you find you find these chips and you can make combos with them, or you use them in a certain order and you get a more powerful one. And it's just a really
It's
cool take on
yeah.
some different genres there.
It's very gripping, and you also have like special chips, which are the other friends you have. So like Roll will come out on stage, well, on the
Yeah.
game, and they'll heal you, or Zero will come out and do a giant slash.
Well, yeah, it's they're all called navies, net
Right,
navies. So
navies.
they're the programs, and everyone like has their own navi. So obviously your character has Mega Man. So you have a character in the real world, and then Mega Man is the program, the navi in where you do the action stuff. And so your friends have their own navies, and that's where the inspiration from the original series comes in because you have Roll, you have Gutsman, and then you'll find villains that have like Heat Man and Fireman, and you'll have to fight them. And then it's kind of a concept where if you can beat like when you do battles, if you can beat them successfully, you have like a grading system. So if you can beat these like boss navies on like an S rank, you'll get their chip where you can use it, and they'll come in and they'll do like a special move, essentially kind of like a summon.
It's
Don't you have to
Essentially.
like
so
move around
cool.
the battlefield to avoid the enemy's attacks too, or something
Yeah,
like
on
that?
the
With
Yeah,
grid, the grid that
yeah,
you're
you move up
attacking.
and down the grid.
Yeah,
So you can completely just not get hit. Like you can avoid all attacks and learn how the enemies move.
yeah,
And
and you have your
it's
Buster
yeah, it's
Arm.
really-
Yeah,
yeah, you still have your Mega Buster. Still got it. Still charge it.
and you could like make holes in the platforms too, so they like do they fall through? They at least can't move on to the holes.
You can
Um,
destroy platforms so they lose area,
Yeah,
and
you
that's
just
like some
limit the movement.
strategy.
yeah,
You can like steal some of their panels and then come in and do a sword slash that hits the remaining 6 panels. So like there's a lot of strategy in
it's really
building
cool.
your chips, and that's what's cool about it is you can go very different ways, like an RPG where you can build your classes the way you want them and kind of use magic the way you would want to do it. Same
Kind of
concept.
like deck building or something.
It's definitely deck
Uh,
building.
yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, it's definitely deck building, and it has like an overarching RPG like plot where you're like a kid and you have to save. I guess, I mean,
I think they made
who
an
knows
anime
what
out of it, like
they did.
NT Warrior
Yeah,
or something.
NT Warrior.
Okay.
NT Warrior. There was also a GameCube spin-off that was called Network Transmission,
Yeah,
and that was
Network
actually
Transmission.
classic Mega Man style, where it was platforming, but you still had your chips. So it was just 2D platforming,
Oh,
and
wow.
it like took place in between two of the games. And that game's actually really fun.
I
It's a fun game.
it's been on my list to find, and it's very hard to
Yeah,
find.
yeah, it's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking this up on Wikipedia. Oh yeah, Mega
It,
Man
it's
Network
it's it's fun. It has
Transmission.
great music too. It has great music in that
Yeah,
one. Mega Man has great music in general.
Yeah, it really
yeah.
has.
Please, two for me. Oh man, two's music is so good. Um,
I
and
love
if
X3's music, just not the whole gameplay so much, but I love X3's
yeah,
music.
for me as I mean as a scrub, I'd say Mega Man X would be my favorite traditional Mega Man game. Though I guess I did beat Powered Up for the was it PlayStation Portable. That was whatever.
Oh, the
Um,
Maverick Hunter game.
Maverick Hunter X.
No,
Yes. Yeah.
well,
That
there's
was
Maverick Hunter X, and
I
there's
think I did
Powered
both.
Up.
I think I did both.
Yeah, because Powered Up it was like a remake of the first one that had like 2 new bosses,
Mm-hmm.
I
Because
think, and then
yeah,
yeah,
Uh,
Maverick Hunter
because
X
Yeah.
was an X remake that you could
Yeah.
also play as one of the villains.
Yeah, it was kind of a 3D. Mega Man Maverick Hunter X was a 3D remake on the PSP back in 2005, about 16 years ago.
oh yeah, no, I've definitely beaten both of them.
Mm.
So yes, and why, or what is your favorite? I've got a better one. What is your favorite boss from Mega Man?
And that's tough.
Like, no, is it like, well, not, is
Like
it final
Robot?
boss or just
No,
robot?
no, or robot
boss?
robot boss or final boss. I'm leaving it
Stage
open.
boss. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Man,
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
question.
That's
I don't
actually
know the
I've
name of them. I know the one that I liked learning the most. Jimmy can help me out. Mega Man 9, the sort of like yellow and green kind of.
Oh,
had to,
so
like-
it was like the Yellow Devil essentially of Mega Man
Yeah.
9. Yellow Devil's a returning enemy. Yeah, that one was tricky, man.
Was that
Tricky.
Concrete
Straight up-
Man,
straight
or
up
is it?
pattern. No, I didn't. I like Concrete Man too, actually.
Oh,
But I love the pattern memorization and the sort of like muscle memory. It feels like I'm playing an instrument. It's
Right.
like rhythm based, right?
That
what I
oddly
like
makes
about
sense.
Mega Man.
Was it one of the Mega Man bosses? Because Hornet Man is also yellow.
No,
Like,
it's not. It's not a boss.
That's
It's
not what
like
the- yeah.
it's
it was called it's like the Yellow Devil. So the Yellow Devil appears in like many of the games. It's the one that a lot of people rage on.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's like a big
It's
yellow
so
guy that
difficult. Yeah.
It's
turns
in.
into pieces and then he has an eyeball. Well, it's in 9 they did a version of him where there's 2 different colored ones and the
Yes.
eyeball goes between them and they keep shifting.
Yeah.
So that's what he's referring
I
to.
believe it's called the Twin Devil. And they brought the Yellow Devil over to Smash Brothers, which I did appreciate. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah. I loved it too. I hate him in the stage, but I love that they brought him.
Yeah, exactly. Such a pain. Kirblet, did you have a favorite?
Okay, so it's a tie for me between Storm Eagle from Mega Man X and I think it was Magma Dragoon from X4. Yeah,
That's pretty. Yeah, that's good.
yeah, yeah. Just the look of Eagle, because when he has his wings spread out, when like he's got that pose, like the beginning of the battle pose.
Yeah,
To me,
yeah.
it's always been freaking majestic looking. But
His
just the overall
wings are
fight
like-
between Magma Dragoon has been fun, especially the Street Fighter inspired movements, and the fact that he's got what looks to be like Akuma's beaded necklace around his neck just makes that connection even more cool.
So Akuma.
Yeah, it's so Akuma.
So Akuma. Gabby, I think you mentioned that you didn't play so much of these.
Yeah, so I was gonna say my favorite Gwent card instead.
Yeah. So let's hear this.
Okay, sweet, perfect. Okay,
Yes.
Gord, Harold Gord, so great. Every time you play a spell card, he's +1. Yes, baby. All right, that's it. That's my
Boom.
answer. Boom.
Hard pivot.
This is why I
Respect it.
love Gabby. Do any other of you guys play Gwent?
You should.
No,
You
no,
should.
no.
You should. Didn't they put it? They put it out as its own game. So where
It's free.
it's
Yeah, they
free.
did.
It's on phones and everything.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
kidding?
maybe not iPhones, but it's on Android.
Okay.
Oh, I have Android.
Suddenly looks at his Android phone to see if it's.
It's
Yeah,
free,
It's free.
and it's worth it.
Oh,
I'll coach you.
Yeah, please. I gotta take a look at that.
Hit me up.
Oh man, that's a collab if I ever knew one. Gwent. Here we go. Scuba. Oh yeah, you already said your favorite. So
I did.
yes.
I also like straight up Woodman from Mega Man 2.
Woodman. Yeah,
Is it
Woodman.
Woodman?
Is
Good
it
old Woodman.
I imagine it's Woodman. The one who's just like Stump, right?
Who is it, Jimmy? The forest guy.
It's probably
Yeah,
Woodman.
yeah. Woodman is just
Woodman? Woodman?
Woodman. Yeah,
Works for
Woodman.
me. First one I do in Mega Man 2. And,
His first name is Dennis. Okay.
Dennis
Dennis.
Woodman.
Yeah, that was one thing because like Scuba did a recent playthrough. He's been doing it for like the last month of all the Mega Man games like for the NES, and just became a running gag. All the last names: Woodman, Heatman, Shadowman.
Oh yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes. Though from what I know, I have a little bit of Mega Man trivia for you guys. From what I know, with Mega Man X5, all of the bosses are named after Guns N' Roses characters.
yes,
Yeah.
I can name some of them. So you got Axel the Red,
Yep.
Oh
you got
man,
Duff McWhalen. Okay, this is in the Legacy collections. They are renamed, so
really?
you will not see these names. You will not see them. But it was Axel the Red, Duff McWhalen was probably the stupidest one. Um, Izzy Glow, Izzy Glow, Dark Dizzy, and Grizzly Slash.
What?
So yeah, at least
Yeah.
those five.
It's
Yeah, so
so
Duff
May the best
McWhalen,
lawyer
big
win.
looking whale. It's so
And it-
so stupid.
and is it the only game that they changed from like the whatever man?
Well, the X series, they're different. They're like animal based essentially.
Okay.
They look like
Yeah,
animals,
they
and
are.
it'll have like something like Storm Eagle,
Okay.
Spark Mandrill,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
opposed to the series that was Something Man.
Yeah.
yeah. The only one that confused me as a kid was Boomer Kuwanger until I looked it up later. It's based off a Kuwagata beetle from Japan.
Yeah.
Ah,
Same thing. You get to look
Oh,
it up
okay.
later on.
Yeah, so if anyone ever never knew that, that's what it is. It's a stag beetle in Japan.
man. Yeah, I was heavily confused.
Yeah,
I
so
can
Mm.
I mean, you just look at they're huge rock fans because the OG, like his name in Japan is Rockman, Mega Man.
Yes.
His name is
Yeah.
Rockman. And so it's Rock and his sister's Roll. So you have Rock and Roll,
Yeah.
and then you have his half brother, if you want to call him that, Proto Man, which is Blues, and then you have one of the newer in 7, Bass, and his dog is 4. So
oh my
like
god.
you
Thought it
you
was
have
Trouble.
it's all just
I
Well,
that's
thought it was
why
Trouble.
you know.
That was the dog's name.
What's that?
I thought it was Treble. Was
Trouble,
the
trouble.
dog.
Sorry, trouble. You're
Yeah,
right.
I thought,
Sorry. I don't know.
what
I'm
is
thinking
it? What is
Rockman and
it?
14
What is it with
is,
video games and naming things after rock? Like all the Koopalings. You have Iggy and they're all aren't
music
they?
is a big thing in Japan. Music is a big thing. Like
These are
they'll
American
still sell, like
translations.
CDs and stuff in Japan. CDs are still big there.
Those are like a lot of the only English names maybe they know, Slash and Izzy.
Sometimes your only exposure to other cultures is through their music. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's likely what happened. They got inspired by American or British rock music, and that's all they references they knew at the time. So that's what kind of inspired them into their games. Like hard pivot, like Guilty Gear. The
Yeah.
series composer and creator of the show, Daisuke Shiwatari, is a huge rock. He's a musician, and Soul Bad Guy is literally based off a Queen song, Mr. Bad Guy.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
The best
I'm a
kind of
nerd!
Here, I'll nerd you. The original names for Mega Man, like you said, Rockman in Japan. You had Battle Kid, Knuckle Kid, and I mean this was from Did You Know Gaming. They also said that they even wanted the word rainbow in his name. So one of the original titles for the first Mega Man game was going to be the Battle Rainbow Rockman. Yeah.
What?
It's right off the tongue.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. I mean,
Why didn't they go with that?
I know. I mean, it fits the cover.
Right?
You guys all know the cover, right? The cover
Oh,
of
yeah.
Mega Man 1.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah. Yeah, but you don't know? Yeah. So the cover,
legendary bad art.
I knew
I'll
someone
look that
was not going to know. If anyone does not know the cover of Mega Man 1, look that up right now cuz it is hilarious. It is
Hold on, I'm gonna post this to your Discord.
Yeah,
Like,
post it to
people
my
have
Discord.
see this.
It is
Like,
it is a guy. He's not Mega Man, he's a guy. It's just a guy with a
And
gun.
he's got like a gun, right?
He's got a gun.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
best part about this
Put it in the-
is they added him to a fighting game, and everyone got pissed off.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken. He is a playable character, and he's like obese, and
Yeah,
everyone
look at
is
it.
pissed off.
Sorry,
I just
haters.
posted it to the podcast channel.
Yeah,
in your
I need a good
Discord.
laugh.
It's amazing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
amazingly bad.
They went an extra step when they ported him as a fighting character. I gotta find that and post that too. But yeah, you can play as Pac-Man and fight like obese Megaman, which just like is super confusing. It's so confusing. And why does he hold a gun? Have any of you guys played Mega Man Legends? Do any of you guys have?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
guys. Oh yeah.
About 5 minutes.
That's how he looks.
Yeah,
I've
same
also
here.
posted how he looks in Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Oh, you
Yeah.
posted it? Oh, I've got to see. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so epic.
It's
It's
so
great.
bad. It's so
It's so
cringy,
bad it's good. That's
Yeah.
the point. They went hard for like, yeah, we know how stupid this looks. Let's do it.
They did. It's just so great.
Oh, I've got a better image. I got a better picture.
Yeah. Everyone, take a look at the Discord / Discord so you can see it.
Which channel is it in?
It's in the podcast, April 25.
Yeah, you have-
Ah,
That's a locked one.
Yes, we're gonna
pocket
post it
one.
to a a
You
more
want me to
public
post it?
one. Yeah,
Right,
that's
the
that's
five
the
of us
image.
can see it, but-
That's
Oh,
the
okay.
image. Let's post that one to the public so that everyone can see it.
Yeah.
Him with the gun, and like like I don't understand why people didn't like this so much because he's loving. There's so much life in this character itself, even though it's an abomination from what Mega Man actually is. I love this.
Timeline. That's all it is.
Yeah, dude, it's just a different timeline. Why you gotta be hating?
yeah, it's part of it's like the Spider-Verse. It's like this guy's part of the Megaverse.
Yeah. So when we, but you know what? They didn't bring him into this Final Smash. Someone needs to edit him in to Mega Man's Final Smash
Oh, someone will
in
have
Smash
made it.
Brothers because
Yeah.
you have
Some
everyone else
video
there.
editors probably made it.
Oh man, I would kill for that. I would absolutely kill for that. Oh man. So the people who played Mega Man Legends, I assume I've heard that the people who play Mega Man Legends are obsessed with Mega Man Legends. That's from what I've seen. How good is Mega Man Legends in your opinion? Just to piss off some fanboys in the
Okay,
comments.
so I'm a huge Mega Man fan, obviously.
Yeah.
And so I will say I am not obsessed with Mega Man Legends. I love it, and it is not for everyone. It is not an easy game to control. The controls are pretty tough until you get the hang of it.
Aren't they tank?
What's that?
Aren't they tank controls? Or am I wrong?
I don't know what tank controls are, but
Resident Evil.
It's really good control wise.
It's just I remember being tough to control, and I don't remember why. So whatever.
It's tough to control. It's it was on PS1 is when it first came out, and it's really blocky polygons. The story's different. It's completely, once again, Mega Man has lots of different storylines of different types of games. Like Battle Network was completely different. So it's something like that. It's like action adventure, 3D shooter, third person shooter, I should say, kind of style. And I love the game. I think it's great. I love the story. But it's not for everyone. If you don't have like patience to get the controls down, you're not gonna like it. And that's okay.
Yeah, it's a game of its time. I mean, I remember people going nuts for that game.
It doesn't hold up well either. It
I
doesn't.
mean, some of the character designs for that game were really good. Like Roll was really good in that. But yeah, some of the other character designs really weren't that good.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
A lot of it.
I didn't understand all the little robots, little Lego robots. I don't know how else to call them.
Oh, the minions.
I didn't
Yeah.
understand them.
The minions.
I always
Serve bot.
the surf bots. I
Surfbots,
guess.
thank you.
Yeah, I always used to play them in Marvel vs. Capcom. I used to play as, I guess it was Trombone. In,
Tron Bond.
Yeah.
Surfbots, yeah.
Just no idea. I'm like, okay, go Lego Man, go. Do your damage.
Scuba,
Yeah.
I still can't get over how funny and hilarious your Mega fan emote
Yes,
is.
yes. I was literally going to ask about that too.
I need to post the origin story of the. I'm going to
What
post a link
is-
in your Discord.
Yeah, please.
Hold
So
on.
I mean, do we know who this guy is?
We don't know specifically who he is, but
And how do we get him
it
here?
all started. Somebody suggested that I get a Mega Man, like do some Mega Man cosplay or something.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I have the helmet.
And then
I actually have the Mega Man helmet and a Buster arm, the Proto Man Buster arm in the living room.
Doesn't
Wow.
Mega Man need it?
No, he doesn't. Let's get out of here as fast as
He's
we can.
retired now.
so should I just post this in general or what, pet pics maybe?
Definitely pet pics.
Okay, let's post it in pet pics.
Oh,
So this is where oops, did it work?
See the link.
Anyway, so somebody sent me this link, and it's
Yeah.
like they couldn't have picked a better.
Oh,
a better
man.
model.
the head piece tilting off to the side is just the best little thing that just puts this image over the
Why?
edge.
My favorite part is if you look at the first pic, he's got his big Buster and then he's got his little Buster.
He calls that one the Mega Buster, baby.
Images on the
Anyway,
internet you can never unsee. It's so good.
That guy became the official mascot of
It's on
Mega Mania.
Walmart too. That's the worst part. It's on Walmart's website.
Oh, you can
Oh
get
my
it, but
God.
you don't have to support Walmart. You can get that costume at a few different shops. That's just the first link
I
that came
know.
up.
And
Wow.
you know what? Like Mega Man okay, when I got the Mega Man helmet, I'm like, this is gonna look so cool. Your face is not meant to look like Mega Man's. Okay, Gabby, you know it's cool. Gabby.
Wait, you can see me? Fuck.
What? You know I look cool in the Mega Man helmet. You know it. It's like a really nice. It's not this one. It's a different one. It's like the actual. Oh man.
Can you
Anyway,
put it on? Do you have it?
I'll run to the
Yeah.
living room. I'll go grab it. You guys talk
Yeah.
about something.
I think it's
I'll make it
worth
awkward.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put it
Yeah,
on because that's gonna. But I'll grab it 1 second.
Yeah, I need
Alright.
to post the picture of Scuba with his Mega helmet.
Mhm.
Scuba has a Mega helmet.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in your Discord.
I may have made that into a BTTV emote, Jimmy.
I immediately was like, I'm sending this to you as soon as I unveil it, and you do with it what you will. I
Man.
look forward to seeing it.
I
I
gotta say,
posted
it's
it
been
in general.
His headphones are off when so chat, be sure to clip this because we need to use it against him at some point later just to we need blackmail.
little chair casts going on.
So I posted the Mega Scoob in general in Pocket. Pocket's the general channel there.
Yeah.
Everything's burnt down. Cool. So
Yeah, no, we're here. Hi.
So like, it's like a legit replica of the Mega Man helmet.
It is
How
lovely.
many bits do people have to cheer for you to put that on? That's all I want to know.
Too many. I don't know, man. It's
That
so
looks-
dorky. It's so incredibly dorky because
Wait.
it fits the
Save it up.
shape of one Mega Man, not the shape of one head. Oh my god.
Scuba.
do it.
That just happened.
I know I have to do this for the sake of everyone's entertainment. So 1 second. You have to.
What's the problem?
All sorts of problems. Let me tell you, it's this thing is so weird. It has a latch. This is like a Five Nights at Freddy's costume right here. 1 second, let me figure it out.
You need to do a stream with the helmet on the whole time.
While you play Mega Man games, yes, do it.
It looks like you could probably even fit the headphones in.
I might be
Good.
able to. It fits a circle. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, hey, my wife's in channel.
It's like it.
That looks
It
like some
latches.
type of torture device.
Hi, wife.
Oh, it unlatches.
It
That's
it's straight up
amazing.
unlatches. And
It's like
cool.
It's like a Power Rangers helmet in that.
No,
Yes,
it's-
there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Somebody clip it.
Hello, Jelly the Bean.
Oh my
Get 'em.
god.
Somebody
Yeah,
clip it.
Oh my god.
Hello,
You know what?
everyone.
It probably fits better with the headphones on right now. Oh my god. This is it's huge. It's
Yes.
Oh god,
All right.
yes.
we're powered up tonight
Let me
on the
clip this. This is
podcast.
amazing.
And this is
Hold on,
with the
I'm sorry,
headphones
go.
on. Like it's not actually sealed, but no one can really see that.
JW, what on earth? Exactly. Is this
Um,
what walked into now?
This is my official workout uniform, actually. Whenever I need to get powered up, okay? Scuba's having a field day with this. Oh my god. And yeah,
I'm
it's
just enjoying our friendly discussion.
Our
about
friendly
video
discuss- I don't know what else
games.
is-
Aren't you
yeah.
guys?
I'm gonna end up
Get it off.
I'm gonna end up being an emote, guys. It's gonna be weird. But yeah, it has to latch open. It's
That's
just
amazing.
Yeah.
Idea.
It's crazy. Okay, you know how I got this? I'll tell you the stupid story of how I got this. For the only way you were able to get the NES Classic, it was sold out everywhere, and the only way you were able to get it for a while was if you bought one of GameStop's stupid bundles. And so I was like, what's the worst that can happen? I'll just buy the Mega Man bundle, and then I'll sell the stuff that it comes with. No one wants the Mega Man helmet. No one wants the Buster Arm. I've been using it was a helmet, a Buster Arm, it's a Proto Man Buster Arm, which I have in the living room. I can grab that too.
Should we open the bidding? Jimmy, what are you bidding for
Oh
the
my
Mega Man?
Pocket. We will talk after this podcast.
We'll talk after.
Whoa. We're about to start a bidding war for that now. Come on now.
It's legendary. You see it here first. It's so
I'm in.
yeah. It is
I'm
a nice
Collector's item.
right now it's just a nice thing to just put somewhere in my apartment, and people are like, "Ooh, what's that?"
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on a
I'm
second.
gonna be doing some Mega May action, so I would love to have that.
Oh man, we should just ship it around to every Let's Player who's playing Mega Man when they're doing Mega Man.
I have a question for people. What is your favorite piece of your video game or other related paraphernalia that you have? What is your favorite collector's item that you have?
Ooh, I like that. Everyone in the chat, let us know.
Not to pull it.
Huh? And then
I'm about to pull it.
yeah. So someone, sorry, everyone who's here, I want to hear from you guys too. What's your favorite piece of video game paraphernalia? And maybe
well,
yeah.
I don't have, except for this stuff. I just like I don't like collecting. I think it's just too much stuff.
Safe choice. Safe
to
choice.
drag around.
Yeah.
But I got a few things with because I just moved. So I got this 2-poster set of Legend of Zelda, the map or whatever from the manual.
Yeah, it's dope.
And I framed it in the gold frames. I think that's pretty cool. But actually, my favorite thing is right below it. It's a painting of the Mega Man 2 ending screen.
Oh,
with
really?
Mega Man's helmet, like lying on the ground, like he's put down his helmet. The game is done, and it's done by a good friend of the retro community, the Renaissance. So the Renaissance is a Twitch streamer, is a god gamer, and also is an amazing artist. So I love that. I think that's amazing.
Oh, I'm like googling it right now. That's really cool.
Mhm. I have mine right here.
Yeah, let's see this
I'll
Kirblet.
try and find the
Oh.
website.
Okay, guys, how much does he have to? How much do we have to donate for Kirblet to put on the Master Chief helmet?
No, you can't have this because this sucker is signed
No
by
way.
Steve Downs,
Oh wow.
the voice actor for the Master Chief.
Oh my God.
It's signed and everything.
Actually, that does
Wow.
remind me. I do have
That's
something.
upside down. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
that is signed by Steve Downs himself.
Yeah, I tried signing
Yeah,
my
this
Mega
is
Man
from
helmet.
the-
Didn't do anything.
This is from the Halo 3 Legendary Edition.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my cornerstone piece of my collection. Is that?
Ooh, Jimmy, what is your favorite
Amazing.
piece in your collection? Or Gabby?
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna post something in your Discord.
Yes.
But Gabby can go right now.
I have a thing, but like it's whatever. It's so self-congratulatory.
Show us.
So whatever. This is my sister-in-law made this for me, and it is a cross stitch of one of my favorite emotes.
Ooh.
And I'm just so too. It was a Christmas present, and it was because every time I do anything, it's a first try,
Nice.
even if it's my 8th first try. And this is I don't know
That's awesome.
other video gamey things.
Stuff
So
like that
let's
is so
try it is.
priceless. Stuff like that is so priceless and cherished.
I-
You know that's better than all the stuff crap you could buy in stores. you know?
Exactly.
Except for the signed helmet thing, but yeah.
Oh,
Second though. That's mine.
I love it. I absolutely
amazing.
love it. If anyone wants to cross stitch all my emotes, just
So,
do it.
so
Do it. Cross stitch me with
um,
my with the Mega Man face on. Yeah, go on, Jimmy.
oh no, I was just gonna say, I try to get it off the wall, but I can't. It's like just right there. I'm looking
Yeah,
at
yeah.
it. So, in your Discord, in the text channel general,
I see
I
it
just
now.
posted.
Yes.
So it's
I'm not
it's
gonna spoil it
master
for.
sword.
It's what?
It's a master sword, Legend of Zelda Master Sword and Hylian Shield that I have hung on the wall.
You posted that in
Um,
general?
In
nice.
text channels general.
Oh, okay, because I just see Scuba.
I saw
Yeah,
Scuba's helmet emote.
The other general. Sorry,
The
I
other
posted
general.
the wrong. Yeah, text channels general.
That should do it.
Oh, Gabby's on it. Yep.
Yes.
That's
So-
awesome.
I love that. I've
Yeah.
been meaning to get that, like, for my wall. I love that.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I couldn't. I tried to get it off right now when Scuba was going, but I like
Yeah.
really put it on there so it wouldn't fall, so I couldn't get it off.
Good call.
No, for sure. Don't
Yeah.
stab anyone.
Yeah, it comes out of the sheath and everything.
Oh my
So
God.
it's not super sharp. It like you can't like cut yourself on it if you graze your finger on it,
Yeah,
but
but you're battle ready.
but it's-
that's happened.
You're battle ready.
yeah, it's
If-
battle ready.
If you had a home invasion,
Um,
might be useful.
I have a sword, a bit of a sword collection and stuff,
Oh,
and
no
some
way.
of them are actually pretty sharp. So
Wow.
there was a time when I had one of the swords under the bed, which I'm not gonna do anything when someone tries to shoot me, but you know what I mean.
Well,
But
sure,
hey,
you have a
You'd
sword.
be like,
Yeah.
there's the safe, there's
I
the
mean,
code.
I
Don't
might as
kill
well,
me.
It might as well, right? I mean, you're gonna have a bat or a sword. I'll take the sword.
Hell yeah.
Do you happen to have a Hattori Hanzo in your collection? Kirblet
No,
gets me.
I'm not-
Yeah, that's the
don't
Kill
know
Bill.
Going with that.
That's the Kill Bill
Oh,
guys.
gotcha. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
don't have that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Didn't get the
That'll
rep.
be hung-
I see Kirblet
But I do
opening
like-
something up.
I do also have a Glamdring though, which is Gandalf's sword.
Oh,
I have it right
nice.
next to
I
Master
also,
Sword.
I also had him sign all 3 of the Halo trilogy games.
Amazing. I have like
I know.
I have a couple weird signatures. In my it's at home. It's not over here. I have 24 of the games signed by who's signed by Jack Bauer. What's his name? Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah, I have like weird things like that, and Weird Al Yankovic signed Straight Out Linwood, stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
a
so
Weird
yeah,
Al fan.
yeah.
Have my attention.
I'm trying to think what. So out of my favorite things here, honestly, it would probably be it's in the living room right now. I should probably go get it. I've shown it before. It is just a copy of Golden Sun, the Lost Age, whatever the second one is, Lost Age, I think.
Love
And
Golden Sun.
it's in box, and it has the manual, and I mean it's the box has the manual. It's a little beat up, but the story behind
Yeah,
it is I played Golden Sun and Golden Sun Lost Age with a friend in camp, and like we went our separate ways, and then we went to the same college, and then we're friends now, and he's like a publisher somewhere, and like last year I walked up to him, he's like, hey, I found our copy. I found my copy. The copy there must have been some either multiplayer or we just were playing with each other. Like we both had copies, but we still needed help. Yeah, I found the copy we used to play with. Would you want it? Like, what do you mean what I wanted? And then not only that, he had the manual and the box and everything in not pristine condition, of course, but it's just amazing. And so if I get a chance, I'll get up and grab it. But
That's way more important and valuable to you, I think, than some sort of eBay purchase or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's the literal copy, right?
It's literally the copy. It's more valuable than I have like Mario 2 in box up there.
Nice.
But you know, I guess the second place for me would be my Piranha Plant amiibo, because it's like I am totally down on myself a bunch, but I'm half decent at Smash Brothers, and for some reason I'm like really good with Piranha Plant of all characters. So I'm just a little token over here of like, hey, here's something you're kind of good at.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's what I've got. Since we are getting close to the end of the hour, we should probably start doing some wrap up things. So if you guys have any questions in the chat, make sure you ask them now, or forever hold your peace until the next time I'm able to con these guys into coming on the show. And let's start, I guess, with closing thoughts, and then we'll allow you guys to plug anything you want. Typically, people plug their streams, but I have yet to see someone have something fun like Sock and Rock and Robots or something, or I don't know. The FCC.
Well, my stream is fun, so.
Yes.
Wow.
Should we?
Are fun. I don't know what you're talking about, Pocket.
Yeah.
Are you implying that we're not fun?
I didn't say anything. Kirblet, you know me. Before we do the closing statements, is there any closing statement you guys want to have on everything else? Gabby, you can't talk about Gwent again.
I would like
I
to
won't.
just say,
I was gonna say my favorite Final Fantasy, Shiva. I like to summon Shiva, and that's my favorite Final Fantasy summon.
Yes.
And that's mine. That's how I'm ending my. That's me.
That's you. Scuba, you were saying something and you got cut off. What were you?
I would just like to say in my closing arguments, I believe that James Raoul Changa is guilty of mega fandom and should be committed on all accounts and sentenced to play
Oh, he's got the amiibo.
Mega Man X3 100% in Mega May. And I have no further arguments.
Yeah.
Gavel.
For you, Scuba, I'll do it.
All right.
I need to. You know what? You just given me a goal to do in May to finish. I need to go play X4 through 8.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe I'll play Mega Man 2 for a stream and cry.
Oh man.
Just try and beat it. I think you can do it. It's just
I
like how
probably can.
long do you want to spend doing it?
That's really it. That's really it. I mean, I beat the Radiance last week in Hollow Knight. That was pain. And so, and that Hollow Knight's combat is based off of Mega Man. You know, at least partially. I know he doesn't have a gun. Yeah,
Give it another go.
Yeah.
Another go.
All right, let's do some what? Let's do some closing statements. Let's do some crow, guys. Let's do some closing statements. First off, I would like to thank everyone who's over here for taking time out of their very busy days and schedules to come on. Kirblet, would you like to, I guess, start us off with whatever you want to plug?
I'll plug my channel. For those of you who joined late on the podcast, hello, my name is the Kirblet. I'm a variety streamer focused mainly on retro, CNES and stuff like that. I play on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday, and sometimes any extra bonus streams as well. Let's see here. I think we're going to be playing more Donkey Kong Country. Going to be completing that 100%
I've heard that game
on all 3 games. So hopefully you guys look forward to that. I'll be streaming at 9 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So hope to see you then. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I mean, it's a pleasure. You guys are all invited back whenever you want. Jimmy, I guess you're next. While I try to give you that shout out.
There we go. I was like, yeah, I am JimmiChanga 88 for, like Kirblet said, for anybody who was late to the podcast here. Kind of retro streamer, but variety, heavy emphasis on Nintendo. Love Mega Man. We do some community games too, like Jackbox and stuff. But as of right now, I'm streaming Wednesday and Friday nights. And for Fridays, we do Friday night funtivities, have some drinks, unwind after a week. Everyone's got some tough lives out there, so we just party down. And sometimes I have my good buddy right there, ScubaSaul, join me. We just actually did a cotivity session on Friday. We punched some dudes, we had some drinks. It was fun. So, just swing by, just come check it out and have a party with us some night. And thank you again, Pocket, and
Of
everyone
course.
for all the support and the love.
Scuba, would you like to follow that?
I just like to say, if you want to get more JimmiChanga in your life, he seems to be the most loyal viewer in my stream. Yeah, I stream. My name's ScubaSaul. If you don't know already, I guess it says right there or whatever.
Yep, I just did the shout out too.
I stream 5 days a week, every weekday at 10:30 in the morning Eastern time. We're just wrapping up Mega Mania, so I played 10 Mega Man games in a row. Gonna finish X3 tomorrow, and then we're gonna start my first Pokemon game because part of being in a bunker is I've never played a Pokemon. Being in a bunker, sorry, is I've never played a Pokemon game. I'm a little too old for Pokemon, I guess, but we're gonna see what Pokemon Yellow is all about.
Oh my god, you're playing Yellow. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I don't even know what that means.
Which day? Which day? And is it going to be a Nuzlocke? It has to be a Nuzlocke.
It will not be a Nuzlocke. It's going to be, let's get through it. Let's see what, I don't even know what a Pokemon is.
There we go. Oh my god. So wait, which day are you doing this again?
Who's excited about that?
I'm so excited.
Yeah. No such thing as too old for any game. Oh, I agree with you, Jelly. I just, as far as having it as part of my youth, I'm a little too, like, I was a teenager when the series and the trading card game first came out. So I missed that. I missed the boat on it. So I want to see what it's all about.
I can't wait for this. But yeah, so which day are you starting this, or is it?
I mean, I hope to finish X3 tomorrow, so I'll probably start Tuesday on Pokemon Yellow. Play it on not original hardware, but on Super Game Boy, for the SNES.
If you feel like it, you can always speed it up with Pokemon Coliseum, but that's a whole other story. They actually have a way that you can emulate and play the game at like 2 times speed or something stupid.
Oh, wow.
It's a whole thing.
That's on Pokemon Stadium. On Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that.
It's crazy.
Right. I have the original. I have the Game Boy adapters for the N64 controllers.
Oh, yes.
I got them right there.
Yeah, they're right there in the box over there.
I need to get them. It's one of the things that's not in my collection. But alas. Gabby, it's your turn. Yay! It's Gabby.
Hello. Hi, it's me. Hi, I'm GabbyDigs. I variety streamer. Been playing Gwent recently. It's been super fun. I stream weekday evenings, Tuesday through Fridays, Pacific time, and then Saturday, Sundays, like 10 to 12 hour streams. And what I want to leave you guys with is that, did you know Lucy, the Australopithecus, showed us that human beings had walked on 2 feet before they had big brains by about 1 million years. And that's what I want to leave you guys with.
Boom.
Nice.
You come here, you get educated. Don't go to school. Come to the podcast.
Just play video games.
And yes, just play video games. Thank you, everyone who's here tonight. I'm Pocket. If you guys don't know me, I don't know how you got here. I'm an indie Nintendo retro streamer, and we do these things about every Sunday, 8 p.m. We're going to try to get these guys back whenever they feel like it. And thank you guys all for coming on. If we're going to end the stream the way we typically do, which is if anyone has someone who we should raid, who would really appreciate having these viewers come to them, we'd love to donate them. So, for anyone who's listening to the audio, I hope you have a great night, and everyone is over here. Please stick around and join this raid. Does anyone have any suggestions?
I have a guy that recently hit affiliate. It looks like he
Yeah.
just started doing retro.
Yeah, that sounds great.
So I don't know.
And is he? Yeah, retro and affiliate. That sounds cool. Maybe a face cam. Does
Yeah,
he cuss out
face
his
cam.
viewers?
I don't think he cuts out his viewers, but I don't think he
I don't know if we should go to him.
tries not to cuss. So there's
Yeah,
that.
no, we're fine. We're fine with that. What's the name? Oh, at Joey the Bean,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I'll post a link. That's just, we don't have to, just throwing it out there.
no, it's fine. I
Okay,
guess
just
we'll go to
put it
that,
in chat.
and then Kirblet. Next time we'll raid whoever.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I think he just started too, so.
Let's see if this works.
Looks like it.
All right, he just started. We're gonna send him 22 viewers. That's awesome. Thank you guys for sticking around. I don't take a look at numbers, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheers, viewers.
Yeah.
Cheers, viewers.
Thank you, everyone.
See you next
Thank you,
time.
everyone, for showing up.
Thanks for hanging.
Click the raid now. So let's see. And then I have to got that stream hygiene. Got to turn off the stream. So.
Yeah.
That was
Make sure
good.
you don't forget that part.
I've done it. I've fallen asleep on stream.
Me too. Oh, yeah, me
Yeah.
too.